My sister found this quilt in her basement, and she brought it over to me. And when we looked at it, we found that it was dated in 1903. It's a signature quilt. It's all in red floss on white ground. And I found out finally how it was made from the newspaper. It was made by the ladies of the St. Elizabeth's Aid Society, which was a group of women from Holy Redeemer, St. Raphael's, and St. Patrick's, and they performed charitable works. They made this quilt for their bazaar, and they charged 10 cents a name or $1 for a square. Then after the quilt was sewn together by one of the Purcell ladies, they were going to sell it at the bazaar to earn additional money. There's a baby on there. Oh, there, up there. Sorry, where Shelley's standing? You see it's
Yes.
two in.
Oh, yeah.
Baby Lanigan and baby Beck or something like that.
It's
really
it's
cute.
writing rather than a picture, correct?
Yeah, it's just
Right.
they weren't born.
Oh, well, I do genealogy as a hobby, and I'm very interested in history. So, yeah, so it was fun to do. I looked at city directories. I looked through the newspaper, and the only thing I found was the one article that was about the St. Elizabeth's Aid Society and explained about the quilt. I haven't been able to find anything after that, like who bought the quilt, which I would like to find.
The condo that I bought, one side of, belonged to Mrs. Claire Dodge. And Mrs. Dodge was, I don't know, it was voluntary, I think it was more voluntary, receptionist office help for the rectory at St. Ray's. I think that maybe she got it from her aunt, and that was Ethel Kay, Dr. Kay's wife, because Mrs. Dodge wouldn't have been old enough to get it at the time. But when she passed away, we cleaned out her things, and amongst her things was this quilt. And I just, okay, and put it in the basement, and it just sat there since 2004 up until, for some reason, I told my sister, oh, there's this quilt of St. Ray's, and so she got really excited. So I took the quilt down to my sister, and we laid it out, and she looked at it. And then from there on in, I really didn't have anything to do with it. She started doing all the research and the work on it. I thought, being from St. Ray's, we both went to school there, grade school, and I thought it might be something that St. Raphael's might want or whatever, but I never really did much about it. So when Colleen saw it, she knew it was very special.
There's several Lacey's and Purcell's, McKee's. Yeah, well, there's well over 1,000 names on there, so I don't remember them all. Like, see, there's Bay State, Boston.
Yeah.
And there's like Cottage Grove, Milwaukee.
Yeah.
There's one that's got 10 doctors on it. They're all doctors, all the people on the square.
That makes me really happy that it is going to have a purpose, that it will be preserved, and I know that Mrs. Dodge, who was an extremely generous, wonderful person, would be so pleased to know that it's going to Historical Society. Gives me great joy.
By the way, they're not keeping it. It's going to the Wisconsin Historical Society eventually.
Okay.